Today I'm going to show you how to make mushroom garum. I'm going to keep the recipe simple as a great introduction to how you can make these umami-rich sauces that can add savouriness and depth to almost anything you're cooking. Originally, garums were fermented fish sauces used in ancient Rome. The modern versions use enzymes from Koji to create rich, savoury liquid seasonings. Just a dash in a broth or a marinade can help to give it instant depth. This style of garum making is inspired by the work of a lot of other chefs and restaurants, as well as Noma, who really helped popularise a lot of these modern fermentation techniques. I'll be keeping today's recipe simple, but there is tons of scope to make different variations on this, and if you want to explore more around fermentation, I'll put a link to some of my other videos down in the video description. So, for our ingredients, we just have mushroom, koji, water and salt. With the mushrooms, you can use whatever you'd like here. I've gone with chestnut mushrooms for a nice, simple, accessible version. You could easily use other mushrooms though if you want to work with other particular flavours. Next up we have our koji, and if you want to learn more about koji, I do have a video all about it and how to make it. But in short, it's an inoculated rice that's used in lots of Japanese fermentations. You can make it yourself, but it's also increasingly easy to buy online too, so that's another good option if you're just starting out. Then we have the smoked salt. Salt is important both for the finished flavour, but also from a food safety perspective. You could just use a plain salt, and I'm not going for an overly smoky flavour here, but I do like that the smoked salt adds just a little bit more depth while still keeping the recipe really simple. And then lastly, we just have nice fresh water. We're going to combine these, but first just one note on an ingredient that I'm not using, and that is oats. Noma does use those in the garum that they sell, and I've made versions with it, and I do think it rounds out the flavours and can add a little bit more body to the sauce. But for this version, we're just going to stick with mushrooms and do a very simple stripped back version. So first off, we're going to blend our mushrooms along with the koji, smoked salt and the water. Once that's done, we'll transfer the mixture into jars, leaving just a little headroom. It's a good idea to place a food grade layer just on the top surface here, just to stop too much evaporation during the process. Then we're going to place these jars into a rice cooker on the keep warm function to hold it at about 60 degrees Celsius for 3 to 4 weeks. You could also use a dehydrator or a fermentation chamber, but for a small scale like this, a rice cooker works great. There's no need to stir it or touch it during this process, just let the enzymes do their thing, and you can start to taste it after a couple of weeks, but I'd recommend leaving it up to the full 4 weeks really to get a nice rounded flavour. I will mention here that this isn't really traditional fermentation. What's happening at this higher temperature is that the enzymes in the koji are breaking down the other ingredients into amino acids and umami. Also, because we're holding this at that higher temperature of 60 degrees, you start to get some of these Maillard browning reactions happening. And those are what give you some of those nice toasted, warm, savoury notes. After the first day or two, you'll see that the solids and the liquid are slightly separating. And after 2 to 3 weeks, you'll start to see the liquids starting to darken and the flavours are really starting to develop. I'd recommend trying this at about the 4-week mark. At that point, you'll have this lovely dark liquid that you can strain away from the solids. That resulting garum is your seasoning, but you shouldn't throw away the solids either. You can dehydrate them and use them to create spice blends, or use them in other seasoning, or even as a cure for something like the vegetables that I use to make my koji vegetable charcuterie. And now that your garum's ready, you can start to have a think about how you want to use it. It's salty and umami-rich, so in the most basic terms, you can think about using it in a similar way to soy sauce or tamari. I've used it as part of a deeply umami-rich marinade for tofu before, for dishes like this one. And then also as a liquid seasoning for things like this ragu that's made with tomatoes really slow roasted in the wood-burning oven. It's topped with potato confit in smoked oil and finished in an oat cream and bergamot sauce. I'm going to cover more about that dish in the future, I think, but this umami-rich liquid seasoning is an important part of it. In a much simpler, everyday way, you can put a splash of this into all sorts of different sauces. Even something like a quick pasta sauce will really get a little extra kick from it. You can use it as a glaze for barbecued mushrooms, drizzle it on rice, use it in dressings. It's extremely versatile and particularly effective in things like marinades. If you're interested in going deeper into fermentation, I have a whole section on my channel where we go into Koji and miso and other fermentation techniques. And you can also take a look at my cookbook if you're curious, which I'll link below. I hope you'll have a little explore of the channel if you found this useful. As always, thanks for watching and I'll see you soon.